Hey everybody, it's me. What time is it? 9 o'clock, pretty much straight up here on a Monday night. Um, I need to get to bed here soon. I'm really exhausted. It's been kind of just a weird day. Just feeling really heavy right now. But anyway, I wanted to come on, and I felt, I hate to use the word pushed or compelled, but pushed or compelled to come on and talk about some stuff here real quick. So I titled this a warning, and I realize for a lot of people that's clickbait, and then you get there, and then it's just kind of, the same old thing that you typically see, and it's not much of a warning. Um, Maybe this will fall that way, maybe it won't. I don't know. Um, but I mean, looking around and seeing everything that's coming, uh, we spend a lot of time, especially here lately, being social media activists. A lot of people, not everybody, but I see it. Save the children hashtag. All this stuff. Blue Lives Matter. I mean, all the different things we have going on in society right now. People are locking in on the issues, the problems that face us, and trying to either find a solution or bring awareness to the fact that there needs to be a solution. And the problem is that for most of the things that we're talking about, there's nothing that you or I can do to fix anything. It's beyond our grasp. It's too big, okay? If we could get enough people collectively together, then maybe, yeah, we could. And that's where the activism, the awareness comes in. Maybe that'll bear fruit. I don't know. But big picture, I just don't see it as being likely. So I wanted to come on and I wanted to stress something that we can do. And if you've been if you have been engaged in any type of Bible study as far as end times prophecy, you've spent any time with any of the end times ministries, the end times teachers, the prevailing theme amongst those who study this is that we very well could be in those days now. I personally think we are, but I'm also open-minded enough to know that we could be wrong. Maybe it'll delay another generation, another 2 generations. Who knows? When we see it, we see it. Okay? And I have been a student of Bible for almost 20 years in my own studies. And I haven't really been vocal, until the last 2 or 3, 4 years, however long it's been. In my understanding of that, trying to educate people and at least get people to think. And, that's well and good, but at the end of the day, I think of when Yahshua or Jesus went into the temple and he overturned the money changers, the tables, and he scourged the money changers. And then what did people say? It says that it reminded them of the prophecy where it was written, zeal for your temple, zeal for your house will consume me. Well, when those words were written, I doubt if anybody was sitting around saying, hey, let's figure out when this is going to happen. What's this going to look like? When it says zeal for your house will consume me, let's put a date on this. When's this going to happen? What's it going to look like? It was written. It was a prophetic statement, but nobody recognized it as a prophetic statement until they saw it happen with their own eyes. Now, we have lots of stuff that is clearly prophetic. We have, Daniel, the prophets, obviously, Revelation, all of that discourse, some of Paul's stuff. I mean, we've got a lot of stuff that's clearly prophetic as far as what's going to happen in the end times. And I think that, for me personally, I have spent so much time trying to figure out exactly, minute by minute what's going to happen, the play-by-play on the whole thing. And at the end of the day, we'll know it when we see it. Okay, so I no longer feel that urge to really deep dive and try to understand the nuts and bolts of exactly what's going to happen. I will continue to touch on it from time to time in my own studies, in my own teachings or musings, rants, whatever you want to call it. But I think that there's something bigger that we need to focus on, and that is actually learning what pleases our master. What does he look for in a servant? Because we all want to hear those words, well done, good and faithful servant, when he returns. So regardless of how that return works out, regardless of what it looks like, That's the end goal for all of us, or at least it should be. And I the only thing that I can really say is that we have so much information now with all of the concordances we have available, the lexicons, all of the scholarly material that's out there on the Bible, that we really don't have any excuse to be ignorant. When you look at the history of the church, early on, people couldn't read, you know? And so they were at the mercy of the clergy to tell them what the Bible said. They couldn't free think. They couldn't, like, if they were reading off the Ten Commandments, and let's say the priest said, the fourth commandment, on the first day of the week, you shall, rest and do no labor. Well, how are they supposed to know? They can't read to know that it actually says the seventh day of the week. And, fast forward to the Protestant Reformation, you've got guys who were coming out of that system who can read and who were getting the word out there, but it was still a brand new thing for a lot of people to read the word of Yahweh in their own native tongue. And so you've got hundreds of years, which is a blink in the eye of world history, where people have been trying to understand finally what the word of Yahweh actually says. And so to think that we've got it all right as far as understanding now is ludicrous. So the warning here is that if you believe that we're in the last days, if you genuinely believe that, then what you should be doing is asking yourself, what does the Bible actually say that I should be doing in my personal walk versus what the church fathers say I should be doing, the Catholic Church, the Protestant Reformers, my pastor, the local seminary, whatever. Okay, the YouTube minister. I mean, whatever. Okay, what does the Word of Yahweh actually say? And I can guarantee you that bare minimum, as a believer, as a follower of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, as a believer in his son Yahshua or Jesus, you need to be keeping the fourth commandment. If you're going to claim that the Ten Commandments are valid and that they're for us and we should be keeping them, you need to switch over to the seventh day and keep it holy. Because if we're talking about the first 10, the big 10 that are on, monuments everywhere, we claim that they're the basis for our American legal system. But yet that fourth commandment, we just can't seem to want to abide. So do we really think that as we come in these last days, that the lawgiver who is going to judge the people according to that law is going to favor or reward those who can read and who can see plainly that the Sabbath is holy, and he gave it as a sign to his people forever, and that it's the seventh day of the week, and that we're to rest and honor it? If we can't even see and do that one simple thing, then how are we to expect that he's going to look with any kind of favor or mercy on us nationally? First off, this whole, let's return, let's repent thing, if we can't even get this basic concept that there are 10 of the 10 commandments that we should be keeping, not just 9, then what do we think we're doing with the rest of his word? So the warning here is that if you're serious about this and you really believe that time is short and getting shorter, you need to, starting this week, find a way to keep the Sabbath. If you're scheduled to work on Saturday, find a way to get off. I mean, don't lie, but take a day off if you can. I mean, if at all possible. This is important. Take a day off. If you already have off work, like a lot of people do, that's great. Sabbath isn't hard. You don't work. You rest. You can take a nap. Okay? Crack your Bible open with the family in the living room. Read a little bit. Maybe have some friends over. Read through the Word. Pray. Maybe bust the guitar out, or the piano, whatever. Play some tunes. Sing some hymns. Do something. A lot of the stuff that people do on Sundays, really just move it over to Sabbath, the seventh day of the week, and don't work. That's it. That's really all you need to do to keep the Sabbath holy. Okay? So, if you're serious, then let's do this. Okay? This is a test. When you read in the book of Exodus, when they had crossed the Red Sea, the Sea of Reeds, and they were on the other side, Yahweh gave them manna. He gave them a double portion on the sixth day of the week, Friday, to test them, to see if they would obey, to see if they would keep His commandments, if it was in their heart to keep His commandments. The Sabbath has always been a test for Yahweh's people, and it's a very simple test. But we have to be willing to take His mark upon us, to take that sign upon us, and to show that we are loyal to our King no matter what. When the rest of the world is out there saying, do what you want, quoting Aleister Crowley basically with their deeds, do what you want shall be the whole of the law. Do whatever makes you feel good, do it. Any day of the week you want to rest, go ahead. Christianity says anymore. Just pick a day, 1 day in 7, if you even need to, because Jesus is your rest. As long as you have Jesus, you don't need to actually literally keep the Sabbath. Okay? So, a non-Sabbath keeper is much more akin to the world because the world doesn't keep the Sabbath. So if you really want to show the world who you serve, and you really want to make that distinction between yourself and the goats, or yourself and the tares, if you really want to be in those categories, you need to do something that makes you stand out. We're called to be holy. Holy just means separate. It means separate or set apart. And if you're doing things the way everybody else is, you're not holy. You're not set apart. I posted earlier today that I'm grieving. My heart is breaking because I'm already seeing today people on Facebook, relatives who I know are Christians and I love very much, already getting excited about Halloween. Like, if we're going to get excited about a pagan holiday, who the Satanists, I've posted this the past couple years right off the Church of Satan's website, they love that day. They want everyone to keep it. And we've got Christians that are just jumping through hoops to do Halloween the right way, but we're going to ignore the fourth commandment that came down from on high. How sad. How sad is that? We can't give 1 day in 7 to our Maker, but we'll jump through hoops to do all this garbage that the world pushes on us. This is a warning. I don't know how much longer we have before all this stuff pops, but you need to show Yahweh that you're serious. If you're really serious, then you need to do something. Show Him your faith by your works. Do something big. Do something drastic. Throw down that gauntlet. Draw the line in the sand. Give yourself over to Him. It's not about simple faith in Jesus. The demons believe and they tremble. Do something for your King. Give a day in 7 over to Him. I can guarantee you will be blessed in some way. I don't know if it'll be financially. I don't know if it'll be spiritual peace. I'm pretty sure you'll get that one. But everybody I've ever known that has made the change from the first day, Lord's Day Sabbath, that was foisted on us by the Catholic Church, over to Yahweh's holy day, His holy Sabbath, that He hallowed at creation, has been blessed. I know I have. So take the warning for what it's worth. I know it's not some grand epic thing, but it's the little things that please our Master. So, good night everyone. I hope you have an awesome rest of the week, and I hope to join in rest this coming Shabbat with you. Good night.